God has visited his people. God has visited his people. The comment of the people who witnessed this miracle about Jesus. God has visited his people. We think of the visitation of Mary to Elizabeth in her need. Here Luke is speaking of another visitation, God's own visitation of his people. God's own visitation. God came to visit you and me, everyone on this earth, in the person of Jesus. God came to visit you and me, and he keeps on visiting you and me every day, every moment. Now, about this miracle, note these things. Here is one miracle, nobody makes any request to the Lord, do anything about it. Nobody. Here is a procession going to the cemetery, a widow, her only son. And nobody speaks to the Lord, please do, nothing. Nobody says a word. No request, no expression of faith from anybody. The Lord just sees what's going on and he tells the mother, do not cry. A few things to think about. I wonder whether Jesus was thinking of his own mother. One day she would be like this. Maybe. What is important is that here, if you study the scripture, you will find the words are so significant. Wherever you find the word, the Lord was moved or felt sorry or felt compassion, the word in Greek is he was moved deep in his guts. The same is said about before Lazarus was raised to life. We read he was moved and he cried. You may ask the question, if the Lord was going to do the miracle, why did he cry? The Lord he knew in advance that I am going to do this. That's why he told the disciples, oh, he's not dead. It's for the glory of God. He knew what he was planning to do. If he was going to do this, why did he cry? A logical question. But the answer is very simple. When you cry, Lord will cry. The perfection, that's what the spiritual writers call the perfection of God's love. When you cry, he will cry. To Martha, theology, and Mary, tears. According to the circumstances of the person, the God responds. Mary was in tears, so Jesus cried with Mary at the tomb of Lazarus. Here, the Lord was moved with the compassion towards his widow. And he brings that young man, the widow's only son, to life. What is the message for you and me? God is the God who knows all our feelings, our emotions, our circumstances, the in and out of everything. Sometimes you don't need to say anything. If you want to express, of course, express in words. But be sure, even without expressing anything, he knows your pain and sorrows, whatever is going on in your mind. Your confusion, your chaos, your sadness, your tear, everything he knows so well. You don't need to work hard to articulate your pain. He knows everything through and through. So that should give you confidence and a peace. God knows what I am going through. God knows what so-and-so is going. He knows everything. And one more thing, God is not a retriever, what is it? Not a rescuer. God is a redeemer. What does it mean? He may not solve the issue you are facing. He may not do any miracle and solve the problem. He is not a rescuer. He is a redeemer. It only means He will help you go through it. And in the end, you'll find after the death, there is now resurrection and joy.